The new year means new savings at Dublin Chevrolet.
Save up to $8,500 off MSRP on the Tahoe.
Call, click, or come see us. Dublin Chevrolet, the only dealer you will ever need.
Welcome to Chamber Talk. We got a great show today. I want to welcome Eric and Leesa both to the show. Eric, Leesa, thank you so much for your investment in Dublin and Lawrence County. You guys have been chamber members for a while. You've participated actually in some of the events that we've done. And I learned a little something already about you guys that I didn't know previously. And so I want you to share with folks. Anderson Building Company, I guess I'll just let you, we'll start with you, Eric, if you would give us a little history.
Yeah, Anderson Building Company was actually the name that we started under when we started in the construction industry, and we did everything, remodeling, we did some new homes, and pretty much everything. So it was Anderson Building Company. Then as we began to get more and more new and custom homes to build, we changed the name to Anderson Homes Incorporated. And that was our primary focus for a number of years until the economy kind of helped us to see that new homes weren't going to keep us entirely busy. And so we kind of started picking up a lot more remodel work and stuff like that. So that was Anderson Homes. And then as we were doing the remodel work, the feedback we started getting from clients was, we love the way y'all take care of our home, the way you respect our home. We feel so good having you in our home. And we said, this is a kind of a niche here because, somebody working out in your landscaping or maybe on your deck, you're not as particular, but when they come into your sacred space, which is your home where your kids, your stuff, your pets, your belongings are, it does matter, how trustworthy you are. And we said, this is a strength that we need to, capitalize on. So that's where we started looking toward focusing on bathrooms, kitchens, and interior remodeling.
And DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen. And let me back up for just a minute, and I'll let Leesa address to make sure, because people are already watching the show and probably thinking, well, that's nice, a husband and wife, how do they work together every day?
Right.
So Leesa.
Okay, I will go ahead and address that. I am the big sister. We are siblings. And we have always worked well together. Actually, speaking of ABCO, or Anderson Building Company, and Anderson Homes back in the day, I started keeping the books for the business and kind of just maintained that role for quite some time. And then as we have transitioned into the bathroom and kitchen space specifically in DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, I've moved into a more active role with the business and have even taken up more time with the business now than I was before. So.
And you guys, again, I know DreamMaker is a national brand, and I've shared with you guys before we even did the show. We got a good friend up in Aiken,
right?
JD Norris with DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, and so I'm familiar with a little bit of what you guys do, but I'm sure a lot of people watching the show may not be as familiar, even though it does say Bath and Kitchen.
Sure.
Give us a little bit more of the scope of the work that you do.
Okay. Yeah. As the name suggests, our primary focus would be bathrooms and kitchens, but also other interior remodeling. We do not focus on, and we do very little exterior remodeling. If it's connected with the project, like we're doing a bathroom and they want to change out a window or something, then we do that. But our primary focus is bathrooms, kitchens, and interior remodeling with a full service approach, meaning it's not just we'll sell you some cabinets, but it's actually we'll help you design your kitchen, we'll help you select all of your products from our design studio in Swainsboro, Georgia, and then we will we'll complete the project using our own people and our own in-house production crews.
And something you mentioned just then, you guys don't want to just sell somebody whatever it is. So let's talk a little bit about core values and things that are important to you guys in your business.
Well, when we joined DreamMaker, and as you mentioned, it is a national company, one of the things that attracted us to them, in fact, probably the first thing that attracted us to them, is that they have a code of values that is very much similar to our own personal code of values. And maintaining those code of values is very important to us and always has been, but this is at the core of what DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen is all about. And just to kind of give a couple of examples of that, one of the code of values is that we listen with the intent to understand what it is that the person is trying to say. We find it very important that people understand we care about what it is that they're wanting to do, whether in their home or what they're concerned about. Another one that we refer to pretty often is that we operate above the line, responsibly and above the line, which means if we make a mistake, we're going to let you know the first opportunity that we can. And so those types of code of values were very important to us coming into DreamMaker, and it really makes the basis of who we are as a company.
Fantastic. I appreciate you guys taking time out today to come and sit with us and share a little bit. We're going to take a short commercial break and hear from some of our advertisers, and we'll come right back.
Hi, I'm Camille Cutnose, here to invite you to put our team at Community Bank to work for you. Teamwork is vital in sports, at work, at home, and community. That's why we've worked so hard to establish a winning team of customer service and lending professionals. When you call on Community Bank, we stand ready to help. There are other banks, but there's only one Community Bank. So come see us and let us put our team to work for you. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, common sense banking never goes out of style.
Welcome back to the show again. Eric, Leesa, thank you for being here today. Always enjoy time. I get to see you guys quite a bit. You do come and spend time here in Dublin-Lawrence County, and so we're glad to have you here and part of the family here. We're talking about our homes. We're talking about bath and kitchen and your core values and the things that you guys do. So let's talk a little bit more about processes. When somebody decides I want to have some work done, but I'm not quite sure what I want to have done, or as you mentioned, maybe you guys come in and listen, and they will tell you exactly but you describe the process to me a little bit.
Sure. No, I appreciate you asking that, because our process is significantly different than maybe the typical general contractor, in that we are a design build company. So we like to get in on the project when you're still trying to figure out what you want to do and help you with the planning phase. So typically our first meeting is in our design studio in Swainsboro, where we show pictures of projects that we've done. We find out the design style that you're after. We find out what are the problems that you're trying to solve, because I'm not here to sell you a certain product, because if I sell you a product and it doesn't solve your problem, guess what? You've spent money and time and you're still not any happier than you were. I want you to be thrilled with the final product. So I'm going to ask questions, well, what are the problems you're trying to solve, and then we can tailor a solution to your needs. And at the same time, we talk about budget. We're not afraid to talk about budget, because if we can establish a budget range, we can design solutions to that budget range rather than, come up with a great idea that winds up being way outside the budget range. And then from there, we come out to the home, we take measurements and et cetera, and we start into our design process of drawings and, proposals, so that you can have options, what's going to work for you, what do you like, if we leave this out, what would this cost, et cetera. And then we help the client through the entire product selection process, which is really important, because they're not having to run to 10 different places. That's what people say, man, it's such a nightmare. I have to get my lights from here, my tile from there, et cetera, et cetera. We help them through that whole process. So really just the simplicity of it.
So when you do a bath or kitchen, it's a complete build. You guys would handle everything from fixtures to countertops to
Absolutely.
cabinetry, whatever would
Absolutely.
be needed. And let me ask you this, I'm curious myself, with technology, and you mentioned the studio and where that's located, but even if I wanted you to look at something here in Dublin and you came to the house, I'm not sure if I've seen this technology or not, I think I have, but where you could show me on maybe a tablet or something, an example of what it could look like or might look like. Is
Sure.
that, you guys do that as well?
Absolutely, yeah, we do. We have software that gives us the ability to do a very, very accurate rendering of what the space would look like, and we can even spin it around, walk you through it. Our clients, they love that, because everybody says to me, I'm a visual person. What they don't realize is everybody's a visual person, and they need to see it. And a lot of times we'll catch design issues during that phase. You know, they'll say, you know what, I can't see out the window from here. Okay, well, let's adjust this thing, you know,
Right.
so it really helps them to visualize it.
So let me ask you guys, I'm guessing, I don't know if you're from Swainsboro or from that area. Again, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're glad to have you here in Dublin and Lawrence
Sure.
County. Why Dublin and Lawrence County? Why did you guys choose to expand into this territory?
Sure.
I'll speak to that.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I actually worked in Dublin for 19 years. Started here in 1998, working at what was Nations Bank and then became Bank of America, and then spent the remainder and the majority of my years working over at First Lawrence Bank. And
Okay.
so Dublin is kind of home to me in a sense. And as we were talking about expanding, I should back up and say we were very blessed for the first 17 years of our business to be able to stay pretty much in and around Emmanuel County. We didn't really need to expand. But now we've expanded our crew, and we're expanding our ability to reach out to more of the surrounding areas. And as we were thinking through where we wanted to go, Dublin was just a natural fit because it's, again, like second home to me, and because we knew quite a number of people here already. And also, we realized there are a lot of contractors in Dublin, but there are not very many people that are focusing specifically on remodeling and specifically on bathroom and kitchen. And we feel like we can bring something to the table that will serve this community.
Absolutely, and it would make sense to me, of course, being at the Chamber of Commerce. I understand and appreciate the fact that, you know, we have roads, we have bridges, we have transportation. There's a reason why we have all those things, and there are outlying communities that have goods and services that we don't have. Just like other people come here to shop and buy things, our folks, it's okay
Sure.
for them to go to another community for goods and services if it's something we don't have here. Of course, to us at the Chamber, what's really important to us is we want you to support Chamber members.
Absolutely.
Of course, you shop local and you want to shop and support your local providers wherever you are. You guys are here. And you work here, you know the community, and so that's important to folks. So talk to me a little bit about the new things that we're seeing today in bath and kitchen.
Are you referring to like trends?
Sure.
Well, I tell you, one thing that we found is that it used to be in the day, you know, back when a lot of the homes that we work on were built, maybe in the 50s, 60s, 70s, a bathroom, for instance, was mainly just a utilitarian space. You know, it had a purpose, and that was about it. But people are really starting to see a bathroom as a retreat. You know, they're like, hey, I'm going to go every single night. I'm going to go home and I'm going to spend time in this space, and I can get away from work. I want it somewhere that I can relax and I can enjoy the space. So things like larger walk-in showers, soaking tubs, showers that have the multiple body sprays and all these kind of things where they can really just use that space to unwind. That's very
that's
much trending.
Not just in the movies, people
Not
really
just in the
have
movies,
that.
that's right. People really, in fact, I've had people come to me and say, I have taken a shower in that tiny little shower for 40 years. I want something I can spread out in. And we gave it to them, and man, they were happy with it. So, you know, definitely that. Another thing would be just people are wanting to use space in a more open way. So it's not like, formal living room, formal dining room, et cetera. It's, you can kind of mingle the rooms into an open space so that maybe the guests are in the living room, but they can interact with the person in the kitchen, so opening up walls and things like that is definitely trending. Yeah. So.
And I think as well, in some of the little shows and things I watch on TV, you see now the bath and the kitchen are two of the determining factors a lot of times when people are building a house or rebuilding a house for resale.
Absolutely.
That's right, and that's something that we keep an eye on is when you do make the investment to remodel your bathroom or kitchen, what kind of value can you gain from that? We will not tell you that you're going to get your money 100% back, but what we will tell you is it may make it more marketable by investing in those changes, because when people are out shopping for a new home, they're going to be looking at what features the kitchen and the bathroom have. So definitely if someone's looking at selling a home, that's something to consider.
Absolutely. I totally forgot the next question that I was going. Oh, I know what it is now. I was thinking ahead to something, but any type of classes or offerings that you guys have to teach people about kitchens and repairs and maybe the different types of work or anything that can be done?
Sure. I appreciate you asking about that, because one of the things that we have been doing with our business is trying to educate the
Awesome.
clients. Because, you know, it's one thing to watch something on HGTV, but to really understand the process and how to get the ball rolling is not easy. And so we actually have started doing seminars, free seminars. They're not a sales pitch. They're not meant to try to sell anybody anything. They're meant to, our goal is that if you come, you can go away saying, I really learned something, you know, and it was valuable. And hopefully we can turn some of those people into clients, but that's not what we're really trying to do there. And so these seminars typically help to explain the whole process of remodeling, like how do you get the ball rolling? What are some things that I need to know when I embark on this journey, so that I can avoid the nightmare that a lot of these projects can become. So it's just good practical information. Would you like to tell them about an
Yeah.
upcoming seminar we had?
I will say we've already had two here in Dublin. We had one in October and one in November, and we have another one coming up in February, at the end of this month, February 28th at 5:30 at the Oconee Fall Line Technical College at the DuBose Porter Center.
Okay.
And then we're planning another one pretty shortly thereafter on March 21st, also out there at the DuBose Porter Center. So we would love to have people come. We do require registration because that room can only fit so many. So we do kind of limit it, but do you want me to go ahead and give the number or how people can
Certainly.
sign up? You can sign up by calling 478-419-0606. That comes directly to me, so that I can get someone registered. And we would just love to have as many people show up as would like to come.
And let me ask you, if suppose I decided, okay, I want to come out, maybe I'm thinking about redoing my kitchen. Give me just a quick overview. What am I going to hear and see that's going to either help me make a more informed decision or help me decide I may need you guys to do this?
Well, we talked to the folks that are the DIYers, as well as someone who is looking for help. What we bring to the table at that point is kind of like Eric said, the pitfalls, the things you need to be concerned about and think about beforehand. We really stress the importance of the planning in advance. That
Okay.
can take care of a lot of the issues at the end. We do talk about trends. We are careful, as Eric always says, not to talk about trendy, because trendy is usually going to go away, but trends that are going to be here for a while. We talk about that. And then we also talk about really who we are. And again, it's not as a sales pitch, but just because people want to know, why are you in this field and what is it that you bring to the table that's different?
Okay.
So that's kind of in a nutshell what you would expect.
Yeah,
Add to that.
and as she mentioned about pitfalls, you know, we try to educate people so that whether they were to choose to work with us, choose to DIY, or to hire another contractor, they at least have sort of a blueprint to say, you know, if I follow these steps, this will help my process and project be enjoyable. Because the feedback we've gotten from a lot of not our clients, but clients that have worked with another, you know, had another remodeling experience is, you know, the final product wasn't bad, but the experience, the process was horrible, you know.
So-
and I would never do it again, you know.
Right.
So.
Let me ask, and either of you can answer this, but what do you see as maybe the most common mistake that a do-it-yourselfer would make? Do they purchase something that they didn't need? Do they overspend? Do they just get halfway through the project and decide, oh no, that's what do you think maybe one of the larger common mistakes somebody would make?
I think all of the above, but probably the most common might be jumping into it before they've done the proper planning. So let me just give you one just random example. We recommend that people take the time to understand what their product options are and get everything selected, purchased, in hand, and inspected before they ever even start the project. Because what'll happen is, okay, the ball's rolling, the exciting part they want to get to as quick as possible, which is the actual work, and then they find out that faucet they ordered was back ordered, and now it's got a delay. Or it comes in just in time and is damaged. Plumber, he's standing around saying, well, where's the faucet to install? And then it just snowballs because one thing slows down the next thing, and pretty soon their home is torn up for months, you know, over one little thing. So.
And I can tell you from recent experience with just ordering some kitchen appliances, we actually had that happen. So that's a very good piece of advice. For whatever reason, the two of the appliances came in, one did not, and the next week it did not, and which wasn't as big a deal. My wife will kill me if we didn't have a stove for about 3 weeks, but that was not that big a deal at my house, but that's okay. Most people don't want to wait that long to not have a stove. Guys, we're going to take one more quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and wrap things up.
Fairview Fitness Center, open 24/7 with staffed hours available every day. Fairview Fitness Center, serving our community for over 30 years. Push your fitness further with our gym facilities, fitness classes, freestyle areas, and more. Join today and see the benefits of a healthy life. All new members are provided with a complete health assessment upon request, and new members are provided with a fitness orientation to familiarize themselves with exercise equipment, all by one of our staff exercise physiologists. For more information, call 353-1900. Visit us at 200 Industrial Boulevard behind Fairview Hospital, or log on to fairviewfitness.com.
Welcome back again. Thank you guys for being on the show. I've enjoyed speaking with you and just getting to know you a little better. And along those lines, want to remind folks, DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen, you guys are locally, you're here, even though you've got an office in Swainsboro. If anyone needs your services here, it's not a problem at all. It doesn't cost more money for you to come here to do anything. And as a matter of fact, we were talking a little bit about how you guys may possibly even be able to save some time and some money for folks. Leesa, you want to address that, or you want to have?
I can address that, and Eric, you can jump in as well. Well, one of the things that we do, and we've mentioned it a little bit here, is that we help the clients select everything that they want for their project right in our design studio. And so rather than having to go from one store to another to look for all the different parts and pieces that make up the project, we can do everything right in our design studio. So though it is a 45-minute drive to Swainsboro, that's not a bad drive if we can save some time and some money. And we will do all of the shopping for the people that will cover every single aspect of the job. Do you want to add to that?
Well, you talked about all the parts and pieces, and if you ever sat down to make a list of how many pieces go into, say, a bathroom, you'd be shocked. I mean, it's literally it can be 40, 50 different items that have to be on hand, and the average homeowner may not actually realize that till they have to try to take on the task of doing this. So for us to be able to handle that for them will well make up for the time to drive over to Swainsboro, for sure.
And let me ask, just to make sure and clarify this, so if I come to see you guys and I say, hey, I need work done in my kitchen, and we come up with a scope of work, and this, I'm paying one person one time.
That's right.
I'm not paying contractors, I'm not paying an installation guy, I'm not paying one of the other box chains, something here. I deal with you, and I deal with you solely. And you take care of all the contract, delivery, setup dates, and I just talk with you.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Even on the few instances where we have a trade partner involved, like plumbing, for instance,
sure,
we're still 100% handling the scheduling. The pricing is all included. You don't even have to know the plumber, meet the plumber, or even know he's there. We just handle everything.
Well, and I could tell you, like I said, just doing appliances in my kitchen, I couldn't imagine doing a remodel and all the different pieces of it, and my wife and I trying to figure out who's doing this part and who's doing this part, and so to have one team, one place that I could go to get all of that taken care of, I think that would be a great asset for folks. So
absolutely.
And something that I would want to add to that's really important to us, and Eric alluded to it a moment ago, and that is that everyone who works in your home is our employee. With the exception of the plumber and the electrician if that's needed. And that's really important, because you're not going to depend on someone else's employees to maintain the standards that we have. The people that are in and out of the home every single day are our own people.
And
that's very
important. You'll see the same faces every day. You'll know them. We'll introduce you to them before we even start the project.
that's great. So you keep that team together, and people can trust with the folks that are going to be in their house, like you said, doing the work. So, okay, I want both of you to take just about a half a minute or so each, look into the camera, share with the folks here in Dublin, Lawrence County, maybe some of the surrounding areas, and tell them why they need to come see you at DreamMaker Bath and Kitchen.
Well, I appreciate that opportunity, and if I had to boil it down, I would say simplicity, systems, and service. Simplicity basically just means you come to us, one-stop shop, and the whole process is easy. systems. We've taken a very complex project, remodeling a kitchen or a bathroom, and streamlined it so that every step of the way we know exactly what's happening next. Our guys know exactly what's happening next, and so we're in and out of your home in a very minimal amount of time. And then, excuse me, service, not only taking really good care of your home, you know, shoe covers going in every day, vacuum yourself out the door every day, but also 6 months after the project is done, 12 months after the project is done, we're actually calling you saying, is there anything that we need to come back and correct for you? So services, it's last but certainly not least.
And the only thing I would add is if you want more information about us, we do have a Facebook page which has a lot of our before and after pictures of jobs that we've done, as well as testimonials from some of our clients. And then we also have a website which is DreamMakerEastGA.com, and you can find more about us there.
Fantastic, and you can also look them up on the Chamber website, and you'll see them at many of the events and functions that we have here locally. Leesa and Eric, again, thank you for joining us on the show and helping make today and every day a great day for business in Dublin, Lawrence County.